Hey, fellow babies, and welcome to the show Marjorie Taylor Greene once called an oversized dildo in the wet spot of the mega cultists. It's the 42 show.
Squelchy squelch. Yes, and in the news tonight that we're not going to cover, hundreds cruise Philadelphia streets in the 15th annual Philadelphia Naked Bike Ride. Ooh, it's going to be a bit hard on the saddle, isn't it? A dog named Buckethead rescued from a plastic container in Vermont. Well done, doggy. And also, Saturn's iconic rings will disappear from the planet in just a few months. Yes, the rings are going to disappear. Actually, they're not disappearing. They're just going to be edge on, so we won't be able to see them. But, hey, that's the news that we're not going to cover. And you've heard it here first.
Indeed, you have. But you might not have heard this here first, as a couple of our friends, Starsky included, got to this already. But those are 4 people. They're 4 idiots. They're 4 unbelievable idiots, because these morons turned out to be major players in a right-wing political discourse since, Trump president and running for president the first time. And they were unknowingly also, we think unknowingly, we'll find out, working for a front that was the Russian influence operation in the United States.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Department of Justice is in on this and the whole bit. An indictment filed Wednesday alleges a media company linked to 6 conservative, hard-right conservative influencers, including well-known personalities like the idiot wearing the toque, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson, and I don't know who the 4th one is. We'll call him Buttface. Was secretly... And they were secretly funded by Russian state media employees to churn out English language videos that were often consistent with the Kremlin's interest in amplifying U.S. domestic divisions in order to weaken U.S. opposition to Russian interests, like its war in Ukraine. In addition to marking the 3rd straight presidential election in which U.S. authorities have unveiled politically charged details about Russia's attempt to interfere in U.S. politics, an indictment indicates how Moscow may have been attempting to capitalize on the skyrocketing popularity of right-wing podcasters like the idiot and the toque Tim Pool, live streamers and other content creators who have found successful careers on social media being complete hard-right windbags, morons, and jerk-offs. I had to reiterate there to make sure the point got home. After the indictments are around, both Poole and Johnson issue statements on social media, the ones where you can't get banned, like, what is it called? Toilet shoot, poo shoot, whatever.
Yeah. Excretion.
Yeah, exactly. Saying they were victims of the alleged crimes and had done nothing wrong.
Aww.
Cry me a river, Mr. Poole. So they're going, blah, blah, and whatnot. But here, let me scroll down here. There's information's been released about some of the money. And some of these guys, these 4 on the list here, were like $100,000 signing bonus to be a part of the company, and $400,000 a month plus bonuses and extras depending on the performance of your videos.
400,000?
Yeah, man. Nobody ding, 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 ding. What the? So as far as I'm concerned, you're all doofus, moron, stupid idiots because A, you're hard right assholes, but B, you were dumb enough and quick to the cash enough to sign up for Russian propaganda funded right to your door. Here, middle finger for you, for you, for you, and for you.
You missed me.
Absolute jerk-offs, man. And you're going to hear whining out of these people, but we didn't know, and blah, blah. Had you sat down and even thought for a minute, you probably would have thought, this is a little too good to be true. Didn't your parents ever tell you when it's too good to be true, it's because it is?
No, I'm sure they knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, man.
I'm sure of it.
They all sat down on the hard cock of Russian authority and took the cash.
Hey, Russia, we'll take some of that. we'll help you out a bit if you need it. Well, I don't think we'll do a very good job, but our sponsor tonight is the Russian Federation.
Could you imagine? We'd take the cash and then just fuck with them all night. We'd be podcasting from a bunker afterwards because we'd be hiding, man.
Yeah. No, that's not what we meant. No. Get that sinking feeling, wouldn't we?
Oh, but
then, just like this little bastard, yes, the plans are being made, and this aging liner into the largest artificial reef in the world. Yes, but the plan hit a snag this week after local officials, coastal Okaloosa County in Florida, postponed a vote on the plan to buy and purposely sink the SS United States. Oh, they're going to sink the United States, eh? Oh, dear. The largest passenger ship ever built in the U.S., the SS United States, shattered a record for the fastest transatlantic crossing by a passenger liner on its maiden voyage in 1952. But now the historic vessel is in a race against time to find a new resting place after a court set a September the 12th deadline for the ship to vacate its current home at a pier in Philadelphia, following a year-long legal dispute over rent and docking fees. Yeah, they basically parked the boat up and said, no, we're not paying the fees. Now you've got to move it. But options now include scrapping the massive ocean liner. God, that would take a while. It's more than 100 feet. It's 30 meters, which is longer than the Titanic. And the other option is to purposely sink it to create an artificial reef.
Oh, call it Reefy McReef Face.
Call it America. United States of Reef.
United Reef of America.
So if it created the largest artificial reef, it would be a diving attraction that boosters hope and will generate millions of dollars a year in local tourism, spending for scuba shops and charter fishing boats and hotels, apparently. County staff have been tracking the status. Yeah, I don't know. County staff have been tracking the status of the boat since 2022, with advocates arguing the SS United States could be a barnacle-encrusted star in the country's constellation of more than 500 artificial reefs. That's a lot of reefs. But in a meeting of Okaloosa's Board of County Commissioners on Tuesday, staff asked that a vote on the proposal be postponed until the board's next meeting on September the 17th. They say we've hit a wrinkle with the pier operators, but they don't really go into details what's going on. Very interesting story, but a spokesperson for the county and said officials, they are actively working with the SS United States Conservation Group behind the effort to save the ship, but declined to make further comments. So, yeah, this ship is being tugged and pulled in all kinds of different directions.
Yeah.
Some people want to save it, some people want to sink it, and port authorities just want to get rid of it.
I don't see the point in saving it. It's just a rusty old boat. I don't get it.
Well, it is kind of funny, because I was talking about it earlier with the missus, the people who tried to bring back the Titanic. I mean, if the thing works, it floats, why not keep it and turn it into something? But no, they just want to sink it. So what do I know?
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I just don't quite get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to move on to a thing here. I stumbled across this and I found it absolutely fascinating. So check this image out here. See that? Let me zoom in. It says this card is an abortion. Now I know that sounds strange. Hear me out here, right? So imagine right to repair, but for your own body and health. This is a little dig about the rise, not a dig, but the rise of do-it-yourself pirated medicine. Right. So this was a weird one for me to edit together because it's almost a conversation and I'm trying to turn it into a thing. Right. So they're called the Four Thieves Vinegar Collective. They're an anarchist collective that has spent the last few years teaching people how to make do-it-yourself versions of expensive pharmaceuticals at a tiny fraction of the cost. Four Thieves Vinegar Collective call what they do right to repair for your body. Now, we're not talking about shady non-doctor people. This is a group of very heavy-minded scientific folk and whatnot. They've come up with software, a hardware thing to help you make things and the whole bit. So they've been handing out do-it-yourself pills and medicines and information on how to do it yourself at hacking conferences for a few years now. For example, they teach how to do the abortion drug misoprostol that can be manufactured for 89 cents, normal cost $160. And because it's actually not that hard to scientifically figure out what's going on with these things and make them yourself. Problem is, it's all patented and held by the rich and by the big corporates, right? So there's the Hep C drug, Sovaldi, and you take a pill a day for 12 weeks and boom, you don't have Hep C anymore. You're cured. But they cost $1,000 a pill. And so if you have $84,000, Hep C isn't a problem anymore. You can simply cure yourself of it. But due to levels of health insurance and whatnot, especially in America, what happens is the insurance companies opt for the other much cheaper things to deal with Hep C. And all they do is manage it. They don't cure it. And so there's a big reason why these guys are doing this. So let me just get to the thing here. They figured out how to make EpiPens and a few other things as well. Like they've busted a bunch of these things wide open, right? So where is it here? And yeah, they're not like talking about Invermectin or any bullshit. Like these are real. This is not, crackpot things, right? Where is it here? Let me just scroll. The heart of what the Four Thieves has built is called Chemhatchka, a forked version of an MIT project that uses machine learning to map out chemical pathways for molecule synthesis and to suggest potential chemical reactions that would yield the molecule that you're trying to make. It's a piece of software that allows users to input the desired molecule, and then it will come up with a plan to get you there. And then the other thing is the Micro Lab, and it's an open source jacketed lab reactor made from off the shelf components you can just simply buy online. It's like $400 or $500 American. It's the thing that helps you make it. And I mean, it's not going to make everything. It's not an end all be all strange solution, but it does a few of the basic steps that you would usually need for this kind of thing. So now that they're getting some popular in the press media, I'm a little concerned on their future and what could be happening. Dunk's just rebooting his computer. All hell broke loose on his side. We have no idea what's going on. He'll be right back. But I mean, imagine that you could, get this free software, spend $500 on a little doohickey, and then all you got to do is buy a few ingredients, and you could make a medicine that is unbelievably expensive for you to go and buy. I mean, and one of the heart of the reasons they're doing this is because they believe, where is it here? Let me see here. They see us as stuck in a situation that started, here it is, intellectual property laws based off some ideas that came out of the 1400s in Venice. And if you look back, it kind of is. And they figure they're not applicable and should not be used and abused by people when there's people dying and living in sickness and stuff every day. They totally see that this whole system is broken, and holding health over somebody's head for $1,000 a pill is just a tiny bit extreme, right? Holy. So I applaud their efforts, and I'm going to keep watching to see what happens with them. I'm going to jump forward here to my next one because I guess we'll, maybe we've got Dunk again. Maybe we do. Maybe.
I'm back.
All right. I just finished. So you got perfect timing. You're on your next one. Throw you to the wolves.
Yeah, no, I was trying to interrupt you, but you were blathering on so much. I just go. So we're having some bit of audio issues, so I thought I'd better reboot. So here we go. So where did we get to? Yes, a kid. A TV news helicopter crew spotted a boy who had been reported missing, but was actually on the roof of a New York City building playing hooky. The 9-year-old boy left his Brooklyn apartment around 7 a.m. Thursday, but did not show up to school. The boy's parents called the police, who put out a description of the missing child, including the orange tie he was wearing. The CBS station sent a helicopter to the scene, and reporter Dan Rice spotted the boy on the rooftop of his family's building. As my pilot Eric Ross and I were circling around the building, we came across a person sitting in a chair over here on the rooftop. We zoomed in with the camera, and it appeared to be the child to fit the description of the missing. Station employees.
That's funny, man.
Station employees called the police, and the helicopter crew hovered overhead until they arrived. So he just packs up his computer and his book bag and goes off with the police officers. A neighbor said that he had been on the roof drinking coffee. Not the child, the neighbor was, and had seen the child playing with his iPad, but hadn't thought anything of it. What? There's a child on the roof.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah,
it happens every day in New York, probably. I don't know.
Drunken storks,
Yeah. Sorry, short little story there. Little snippet of giggle.
I wonder if he was just up there playing doctor with the girl next door.
Well, there was no mention of her.
We've been talking quite a bit about companies that are screwing us over for ownership of our information and stuff in the background. Well, how about just ownership of your own freaking face? Controversial facial recognition tech company behind a vast face image search engine widely used by police officers, like multiple nations. They just took a $33 million fine in the Netherlands for serious data privacy violations. According to the Dutch Data Protection Authority, DPA, Clearview AI built an illegal database with billions of photos and faces. Crawling, and you know how they built it? By just crawling the web and not asking or gaining consent from anyone.
Oh, that's
yeah. Man.
Must be quite a few faces out there.
Yeah. And this is just the Netherlands that put the 35 million beat down on them. Imagine how many more companies could and should get in on this. So Clearview's AI technology, it's been banned in some U.S. cities over concerns that it gives law enforcement unlimited power to track people in their daily lives. Remember that, because that's actually what they're doing. It works by pulling in more than 40 billion face images from the web without setting any limitations in terms of geographical location or nationality. So the Dutch found all of this out in their little investigation into this so far. But more concerning, the Dutch PDA said, Clearview AI also provides facial recognition software for identifying children. That breaks so many laws in so many countries right off the bat. It's not funny.
I didn't find that kid on the roof.
Yeah. I guess they don't have live satellite feeds yet. So training of the face image data, the technology that makes this whole thing possible, is just cramming the internet for things. The Dutch PA found it can be unambiguously identified in search results, billed as a public safety resource, accessible only by law enforcement. Clearview's AI face database casts too wide a net, they said, and the majority of people pulled into the tool likely never becoming search or subjects to a police search or an investigation. They say the processing of the personal data is not only complex and extensive, it moreover offers Clearview clients an opportunity to go through data about individual persons and obtain a detailed picture of the lives these individual people are leading. These processing operations are therefore highly invasive for data subjects. It all is just Orwellian, right? They go on to say the facial recognition is highly intrusive. You cannot simply unleash on anyone in the world. If there is a photo of you on the internet, and doesn't that apply to us all, then you'll end up in the Clearview database and you will be tracked.
Well, they've got a picture of a little green guy with big ears in there, so that's going to come out.
Yeah. They're all freaking out right now trying to find Dagobah. Yeah. Now, Clearview has no intentions of complying to this so far. Jack McClare, chief legal officer, confirmed Clearview AI does not have a place of business in the Netherlands or the EU. It does not have any customers in the Netherlands or the EU and does not undertake any activities that would otherwise mean it is subject to these matters. The decision is unlawful, devoid of due process, and is unforceable. But the Dutch PDA found that all of this applies to Clearview because it's gathering personal information on Dutch citizens without their consent and without ever alerting users to the data collection at any point. And I wholeheartedly agree. Who gives a rat's ass if they have an office in the country when their actions affect the people who live in the country? 100% correct here. 100%. Are you still there? Did we lose you again? I thought I was kidding at first,
sorry.
but
sorry, I had to nip away for a second there. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Sorry. Yeah, are you done? Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting.
You're obviously not.
It's going to be interesting in the future with all this, like data collection that could be being done by the police, and you can be been arrested, and you give them an alibi, and they'll be able to go, oh, well, we checked all your data, and you were shopping in an Amazon store right outside the scene of the crime. But they won't be able to say that. They'll know
exactly.
Because that will give it away that they were tracking. And
yeah,
oh dear.
Yeah. Interesting, right? I'm completely annoyed with this stuff. We got companies that sell us a product and then take the features away and make us subscribe to get them back. We have companies that just end of life a product because they're not making enough money on it, even though you expected longer. We got companies that are stealing and selling our personal information. Now they're tracking our faces and whatnot. Like, I'm starting to think, maybe the guys running around with balaclavas at night have it right. I mean, don't break into buildings and businesses, but, hide yourself,
Just wear a mask.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hang on. We did that and people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, here's a story about one little bugger whose face probably isn't on their database. But an ultra rare orange lobster has been returned to the sea after ending up in a supermarket seafood section. Not as a sandwich. The lobster, named Clementine,
bread into the ocean.
He arrived in a store in Long Island, New York, in early July, and immediately stood out amongst the group of traditional brown lobsters. Yeah, you're not around here, are you, bloody racist? With just 1 in 30 million lobsters being naturally orange, unlike Trump, the rare crustacean became something of an attraction in the seafood section, according to the animal advocacy group Humane Long Island. The store's owner reached out to an aquarium to take Clementine in, but they declined the offer. They didn't want it. I don't bloody want it.
Just fucking eat it. I mean, it's just...
Well, some of these things, if you've got an aquarium, you're not going to take some strange lobster and bung it in your tank. God knows what kind of diseases could be spreading.
Yeah.
But, so there's the...
he could be a mega cultist. You don't know.
Well, the Southampton Animal Shelter stepped in, calling Humane Long Island to secure the lobster's safe release. Working with the store, the animal advocacy group got Clementine back into the sea on Tuesday. John D. Leonardo, executive director of Humane Long Island, said, we got ourselves a big saltwater tank to rehab her. We brought her down to the ocean, and she immediately began foraging. She was ready to go as soon as she saw the ocean.
What?
Within hours, Clementine was swimming, foraging, and exploring Long Island Sound playfully following us before
You were
disappearing
in
into
hours.
the
It was got by a predator and eaten.
yeah, just someone fished it out and cooked it. Mr. Diolano said lobsters like Clementine deserve to live freely. Yes, we all deserve to live freely. They all want to live natural lives in the wild, as anyone asks them. They don't want to boil in somebody's pot or stay in a cramped aquarium. No. I love it. How do you know? Did you interview it?
Here's the thing, though. You catch a lobster, you get the elastics on it. The lobster from that moment on is in a serious state of I'm sort of alive, but not doing well. And it can't move its claws and the whole bit. There's that guy on YouTube that raised Leon the lobster. And when he took the elastics off that lobster and put it in the tank at home, its claws didn't work properly for like over a month. So by putting this thing back in the water, if it was the same deterioration as that lobster, it's a goner. It can't even defend itself. You should have just fucking ate it. Who cares what color it is?
But it's 1 in 30 million.
I don't care. It's my dinner.
Probably tastes of oranges anyway.
Yeah, it tastes like fake tanning spray. Let's see here. Where am I? What time do we got? Okay. So you would expect an AI or a assistant or whatever, like Alexa, to be told not to be in the political game, right? And that would be a reasonable assessment to make, especially because all these companies, they don't want to, do that thing. They're supposed to be toe the line in the center. So that's not Alexa, the Amazon one. When asked to give reasons to vote for former President Donald Trump, Alexa said, I can't provide responses that endorse any political party or leader. But when asked the same question about Vice President Kamala Harris, the Amazon AI spoke right up. There are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, it said. Among the reasons given was the fact that Harris has a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice, that she promises a tough on crime approach, and that her record on criminal justice and immigration reform make her a compelling candidate.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Right. So the differences went over quite poorly with Trump supporters. Some were labeling it a commie. You don't even know what the word means, you undereducated redneck idiot. While others
do you think people can write software with a kind of like political leaning?
Oh yeah, I bet you could, right? But there was others were calling for the Trump campaign to file a Federal Election Commission complaint and lawsuit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally. Amazon spoke up right away and said, look, as soon as this was found, it was fixed. It was one of those things where we hadn't switched all the flags to stop that stuff from happening from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris, right? They just missed a few is all. So, and somebody figured it out.
They fixed it. Now they fixed it. It says, definitely vote Kamala.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It gives you 101 reasons why.
Yeah. We didn't write that software to give you any doubt.
Yeah. We're sorry that we weren't firm enough. So, okay, what do we got? 8 minutes. The guy with the hand in his pants?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. First of all, we got to give a shout out to one of our dear friends. The Shills, PJ, who is unfortunately in hospital, and this story is not about him whatsoever.
No. PJ CNET is in hospital right now, and actually, what happened was he went on a blind date, and it turned out to be Sasquatch. So he's got to have something sewn back on.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with this story whatsoever.
Get well soon, buddy.
Yeah. But a man had to have his penis amputated after it suffered gangrene due to excessive alcohol consumption. Are you listening here, Dick? The 65-year-old, he must have been dipping it in some really strong alcohol. The 65-year-old man went to A&E with a 39 degrees C fever and a substantial crunching sound in his pubis bone. He also had copious amounts of, and if you're squeamish, don't listen, purulent greenish and foul-smelling discharge emanating from all kinds of areas. I'm not going to describe them. But doctors found the patient had an enlarged prostate with multiple abscesses and gave him a blood transfusion, antibiotics, and insulin. These were in addition to the antibiotics prescribed after he was fitted with a transurethral catheter 1 week before the visit.
Sounds like a fake prick.
Oh yeah, practically, yeah. But yeah, on his second trip to the hospital, the man had to have his genitals amputated as the tissues had turned black due to gangrene. This resulted in total penile necrosis, subject we like talking about on this show, it seems. And a study published in the medical paper shows alcohol abuse can cause gangrene and severe urine retention. Didn't know that.
Wash your digit. Fuck.
Stop retaining your urine.
It's called soap, you dirty prick.
In this case, the presentation of penile here we go. Ischemic gangrene was attributed to a combination of factors: protease gangrene secondary to traumatic transurethral catheter placement, uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, and peripheral arterial disease. Sounds like a Monty Python song, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But apparently the patient was extensively counseled regarding the surgical indication of its potential short-term and long-term consequences. In the short term, we're chopping your penis off. In the long term, you won't have a penis anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Will it grow back?
Now, most people get called a witless wonder. He's a dickless wonder now.
Oh, poor kiddo. So best wishes to PJ. Sorry, the story had nothing to do with PJ whatsoever.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but they will sew that thing on, dude. You're good.
Yeah, we'll get you. I'll get you a new Shills one.
Yeah. So I want to tell you a story here that's really strange. So that is a U.S. Navy boat. Don't know what kind. Don't ask me. Commander McMillan isn't here.
Floating one.
Right. So your modern day sailors are, for a variety of reasons, including operational security and stuff, the crew's internet access is regularly restricted while underway to basically none. And, it keeps the bandwidth up for operations and so on. I mean, you can imagine you can't be Facebook posting when you're on mission, right? But the senior enlisted leaders among the littoral combat ship Manchester's Gold crew knew so much or knew nothing about this last year, I guess, because what did they do? They secretly installed a Starlink so that just the top brass in the chief's mess and whatnot could have internet the whole time to stream movies and blah, blah. Yeah. It went
right to stealth mode.
Yeah, it went right up to the commander herself is the one that started it. But the enlisted conspired. It was a conspiracy with the ship's chiefs to install a secret unauthorized network aboard the ship. So, everybody else had to suffer. They get all their stuff, right? And all hell is broke loose now that this has come out. So her name is Chief Commander of the boat ship, whatever I'm supposed to call it, Grizel Marrero, roped in the entire chief's mess by the time it was uncovered months later. She was relieved in 2023 because she misled and lied and whatnot as she was being investigated about it. Right?
Holy shit.
Yeah. She's had her rank reduced and all kinds of other things. And everybody else involved, whether they helped pay for the connection or just knew about it and didn't report it, are also up shit's creek.
Yeah. That's a major security issue.
Can you imagine? Holy. Yeah, there's some quotes I could get into here about people getting their heads ripped off, but I'll let Dunk get his last one in for our little thing here, because this is, well, you got to do the last one. It's funny.
The puffins.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Vestmannaeyja, an island off the southern coast of Iceland, I probably butchered the name of that. Puffing season is a cherished annual tradition where residents come together to rescue and release baby puffins called pufflings. Oh, you little puffling. These pufflings, born in cliffside nests, instinctively seek the ocean guided by moonlight. However, the increasing presence of artificial lights from urban development causes confusion, leading to many pufflings to stray into town. During puffling season, residents, ranging from young children to the elderly, that's how residents normally are, join puffling patrols at night. How stupid it! What a stupid statement.
They needed 80 extra words to fulfill, right?
You've only got to be of a particular age. You've got to be 37. Nothing else. Yeah. Anyway, these people join puffling patrols at night, gathering the baby puffins. Found hiding in streets and crevices, armed with gloves, flashlights, and perforated cardboard boxes. They carefully collect the birds each night, and participants might rescue up to 10 pufflings. These are kept overnight in the boxes, and in the morning, the rescuers head to the cliffs to release them. The local tradition also involves gently tossing the pufflins off the cliff to encourage them to fly out to the ocean.
Hopefully they're ready. Otherwise, they just drop like bombs.
Thunk.
Splat.
Although they could just be placed at the edge of the cliff to take off, but no, it's just chuck him off. That sounds much better. But these unique traditions passed down through generation plays a crucial role in the survival of the puffin population. Yeah, there's more of this article, but how are we doing for time? Yeah, we're out. You got the story.
That's funny. That was right out of the old WKRP in Cincinnati episode where they drop the turkeys. And
yeah, why not just launch them off a great trebuchet? You can have a catapult. you can have your real fun with it. It'll be like Angry Birds, but in real life.
It's like siege warfare with feathers. Okay, we're out of here. Thanks for watching us. Tomorrow we've got a double shot with the 42 show and the after show as well. And I don't know, other shit we'll tell you about in the credits. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Bye-bye.
And a big thanks to our team who do everything in the background for us. Moderation, news collection, sometimes alcohol runs, like today. We got Annette, we got PJ CNET, who is laid up, but we'll be back soon. Get well soon, buddy. We got Shayna Caldwell. We've got, who else do we have right now? Crazy Cat, and we also got Chris Lundy and Super Chat Matt. So, hey, thanks everybody.
And thanks everybody for all your donations and super chats and things like that, and becoming channel members, because all that little financial tickling really helps keep the show together. Don't forget to hit like on the way out. I'm going to do that right now, so you just do the bloody same, all right? And don't forget to share us out. Share us out on social media. Share us out on the streets. Share us out to a puffin and launch him over the cliff. Just make sure the world hears about the Shills. And don't forget to comment back and give us a comment. Come into the comment sections. Start an argument. Start a fight. We'll be there. Yeah, come on. Put them up. We'll take you on. We'll see you all tomorrow. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Take it easy out there.
Stay shilly.